Every year, two dates bring back a lifetime of memories for Prince Harry. One marks the day his mother, Princess Diana, was born. The other marks the day the world lost her. For most people, those dates are remembered through documentaries, newspaper headlines, or emotional tributes. But inside Harry's home, they are honored in a way that's surprisingly simple and incredibly touching. During a recent public appearance, Harry revealed that he, Meghan Markle, and their two children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, have created a heartfelt family tradition to keep Diana's memory alive. It doesn't involve grand ceremonies or lavish memorials. Instead, it begins in the kitchen with one homemade treat that has become a symbol of love, remembrance, and family togetherness. At first, it might sound like an ordinary recipe, but the story behind it reveals something much deeper. After years of speaking openly about grief, healing, and the lasting impact of losing his mother at just 12 years old, Harry's latest revelation offers a rare glimpse into the private traditions that help his family remember Princess Diana, not through sadness alone, but through moments of warmth, laughter, and love. And as Harry continues passing those memories on to the next generation, it's becoming clear that Princess Diana's legacy isn't just living on in history books or royal photographs. It's quietly taking shape around the family table, one sweet tradition at a time. Sometimes, it's the smallest traditions that carry the deepest meaning. While many royal tributes involve public ceremonies, floral displays, or official statements, Prince Harry has chosen something far more personal to remember his mother. During his recent appearance with the British charity Scotty's Little Soldiers, Harry shared that every year on two especially meaningful dates, Princess Diana's birthday on July 1st and the anniversary of her passing on August 31st, his family gathers to make a lemon drizzle cake. The tradition may sound simple, but for Harry, that's exactly what makes it so special. Speaking about the ritual, he explained, "I think traditions are really, really important, especially when they are sweet." It was a brief comment, yet it offered a rare glimpse into family life with Meghan Markle, Prince Archie, and Princess Lilibet. Instead of allowing those emotional anniversaries to be defined only by sadness, the Sussex family has created a way to celebrate Diana's memory together, transforming difficult days into moments filled with love, conversation, and togetherness. For Archie and Lilibet, these occasions are also becoming an opportunity to learn about the grandmother they never had the chance to meet. Although Diana passed away years before they were born, Harry and Meghan appear determined to make sure her presence is still felt within their home. A homemade cake may seem like a small gesture, but traditions like these often become lasting childhood memories. As the children grow older, they'll likely come to associate those special days not only with stories about Princess Diana but also with time spent together as a family, honoring someone who continues to shape their lives in quiet but meaningful ways. Many people who have experienced loss understand why rituals like this matter. They don't erase grief, but they create space for remembrance without allowing sorrow to take over completely. Whether it's preparing a favorite recipe, lighting a candle, or sharing old photographs, these traditions help keep loved ones close long after they are gone. Harry's lemon drizzle cake tradition seems to follow that same idea, turning remembrance into something comforting rather than overwhelming. The choice of a homemade cake also reflects a different side of Harry's life today. Since stepping away from royal duties and building a new home in California with Meghan, much of his focus has shifted toward creating everyday family experiences. Rather than relying on formal royal customs, he appears to be establishing traditions that feel personal, intimate, and centered around his children. In many ways, it's a reminder that Diana's greatest legacy to Harry may not be her royal title, but the values of love, compassion, and family that she passed on to him. The revelation quickly resonated with people around the world. Social media was filled with comments from fans who described the tradition as heartfelt and relatable. Many shared their own family rituals for remembering loved ones, pointing out that the most meaningful tributes are often the simplest. In a world where royal news is usually dominated by headlines and speculation, Harry's story stood out because it felt genuine. A quiet reminder that behind the public titles is a son who still misses his mother and wants his children to know the remarkable woman she was. But while this sweet family tradition offers a glimpse of healing, it also reminds us of the heartbreaking reason these dates remain so important to Harry in the first place. Because behind every slice of cake is the memory of a 12-year-old boy whose life changed forever in a single night, and those emotions have never completely disappeared. For Prince Harry, July 1st and August 31st are far more than dates on a calendar. One marks the birthday of the mother he adored. The other marks the day his world changed forever. No matter how many years pass, those 2 days continue to carry a weight that few people can truly understand. While the rest of the world remembers Princess Diana as a beloved royal icon, Harry remembers her as Mummy, the woman who made him laugh, protected him, and filled his childhood with love before her life was cut tragically short. Harry was just 12 years old when Diana died in the Paris car crash on August 31, 1997. Overnight, he went from being a young prince with his mother by his side to a grieving child whose heartbreak unfolded before millions of people watching around the world. The images of Harry walking behind his mother's coffin remain some of the most unforgettable moments in modern royal history. While those photographs became part of history, for Harry they marked the beginning of a journey through grief that would follow him well into adulthood. Over the years, Harry has become increasingly open about the emotional impact of losing Diana at such a young age. During a visit to Australia with Meghan earlier this year, he reflected on the reality of childhood grief, explaining that ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. Instead, he said grief has to be acknowledged and understood. Growing up under constant public attention only made that process more difficult. Every painful moment became a headline, leaving little room for the privacy most children need after experiencing such a devastating loss. Those experiences have shaped much of Harry's work today. That's one reason his role as global ambassador for Scotty's Little Soldiers is so deeply personal. The charity supports children who have lost a parent while serving in the British Armed Forces, and Harry says he immediately recognized many of the emotions those young people face. Although every family's story is different, he understands the loneliness, confusion, and overwhelming sadness that can come with losing a parent far too soon. Rather than simply offering sympathy, he speaks from personal experience, reminding grieving children that healing doesn't mean forgetting the person they loved. During his recent appearance with the charity, Harry also shared an honest truth about grief that resonated with many people. He explained that there are still days when happiness doesn't come easily. Some days are simply difficult, and that's okay. His message wasn't about pretending everything is fine, it was about accepting that grief comes in waves. There are moments filled with laughter, and there are moments when even smiling feels impossible. Learning to live with both has become part of his journey. Perhaps that's why the family's lemon drizzle cake tradition carries so much meaning. It's not about trying to erase sadness or replace painful memories with happier ones. Instead, it's about creating space for both. Harry has found a way to remember Diana with love rather than fear, ensuring that her birthday and the anniversary of her passing become opportunities to celebrate her life as much as they acknowledge the loss. It's a quiet but powerful reminder that grief and gratitude can exist side by side. And while those memories will always remain part of Harry's life, he has also discovered something that helps him keep moving forward. Over the years, he has spoken about finding purpose through his work, strength through his family, and unexpected joy in the everyday moments that remind him life is still meant to be lived. And that's where the next chapter of his story becomes especially inspiring. While grief has remained a constant part of Prince Harry's life, he has often spoken about the importance of finding reasons to keep moving forward. In recent years, those reasons have become clear. His wife Meghan Markle, their children Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, and the quiet family life they have built together. Although the pain of losing Princess Diana has never completely disappeared, Harry has shared that becoming a husband and father has given him a renewed sense of purpose, one rooted not in the past, but in creating a loving future for his own family. During his appearance with Scotty's Little Soldiers, Harry offered another rare glimpse into how he copes on the difficult days that inevitably come with grief. Rather than pretending those days no longer exist, he acknowledged them with refreshing honesty. Sometimes it's just a difficult day, he explained, reminding everyone that healing doesn't mean every day is easy. There are moments when laughter comes naturally, and there are moments when it simply doesn't. For Harry, accepting that reality has become an important part of learning to live with loss instead of constantly fighting against it. But he also revealed what helps lift his spirits when those heavy moments arrive. With a smile, Harry said that his dog often makes him laugh, his children make him laugh, and if he needs an extra boost, he'll put on something funny on television. It was a surprisingly ordinary answer from someone whose life has rarely been ordinary. Behind the royal titles and global headlines is a father whose happiest moments often come from the same everyday experiences shared by families around the world, hearing his children laugh, spending time at home, or finding comfort in a favorite show after a long day. Those simple moments carry even greater meaning when viewed through the lens of Harry's childhood. Growing up, so much of his life unfolded under relentless public attention. Every milestone, every family outing, and every personal loss became front-page news. Today, Harry has repeatedly emphasized his desire to give Archie and Lilibet a different experience, one where family memories are built away from constant cameras and where childhood is protected as much as possible. Creating traditions like baking together, sharing stories, and simply enjoying time at home reflects that commitment to giving his children the sense of security he has often said he wants for them. Harry also spoke about the importance of leaning on others during difficult times. Addressing the children and families supported by Scotty's little soldiers, he reminded them that no one has to face grief alone. Friends, siblings, support groups, and caring communities can all become lifelines when life feels overwhelming. His words carried extra weight because they weren't coming from someone speaking in theory, they came from someone who has spent nearly 3 decades learning how to navigate profound personal loss while living in the public eye. Perhaps that's the greatest lesson Harry has taken from his own journey. Healing doesn't mean forgetting the people we've lost. It means finding new ways to carry them with us while continuing to embrace life. Through Meghan's support, the joy of watching Archie and Lilibet grow, and the quiet routines they've built together as a family, Harry seems to have discovered that love doesn't replace grief, it grows alongside it. The memories of Princess Diana remain as powerful as ever, but today they are surrounded by new memories that bring hope, laughter, and a renewed sense of purpose. And that spirit of moving forward appears to be shaping more than just Harry's home life. It may also be opening the door to meaningful family moments that, until recently, many people thought were impossible, bringing Diana's grandchildren closer to the legacy she left behind. Just as Harry continues finding new ways to honor his mother's memory at home, recent events suggest another meaningful chapter may be unfolding for the Sussex family. During Harry's latest visit to the United Kingdom, attention wasn't focused solely on his charity work. It also turned to the possibility of long-awaited family reunions and the role Princess Diana's legacy still plays in bringing generations together. One of the biggest talking points came after Harry, Meghan Markle, Prince Archie, and Princess Lilibet reportedly met with King Charles III and Queen Camilla at Highgrove, the King's country residence. According to published reports, the gathering marked the first time the monarch is believed to have seen Archie and Lilibet in person since 2022, making it a significant family milestone after years of distance and public speculation. While Buckingham Palace has not released detailed information about the private meeting, reports suggest the visit was centered on family rather than formal royal business. Sources quoted in media coverage described the reunion as deeply personal, saying that, at its heart, it was about a father and grandfather who wanted to see his second son and his grandchildren. Whether or not every reported detail is accurate, the story resonated with many royal watchers who have long hoped to see signs of healing within the family. After years dominated by interviews, headlines, and public disagreements, even a private meeting carried symbolic weight. But that wasn't the only reason Harry's trip attracted attention. Reports have also claimed that the Sussex family is expected to visit Althorpe, the Spencer family's ancestral estate in Northamptonshire, where Princess Diana is laid to rest. If those reports prove true, the visit would hold extraordinary emotional significance. Harry has visited his mother's grave before and took Meghan there in 2022 to mark the 25th anniversary of Diana's passing. However, this time could be different. Rumors suggest that Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet may visit their grandmother's final resting place for the very first time. It's important to note that these reports remain unconfirmed, and no official announcement has been made by Harry or Meghan. Still, the possibility has captured widespread attention because it represents something much bigger than a family visit. It would be the first opportunity for Diana's grandchildren to stand in the place where so much of their family's history is remembered, a quiet moment connecting generations separated by time but united through love. For Harry, introducing his children to Diana's story has never seemed to be about preserving royal history alone. It's about making sure they understand the woman behind the photographs, the headlines, and the title. Through family stories, cherished traditions like baking lemon drizzle cake, and perhaps one day through visits to places that meant so much to her, Harry appears determined to ensure that his mother's compassion and spirit continue living on through the next generation. And perhaps that's the most powerful part of Diana's legacy. Nearly 3 decades after her passing, she is still bringing people together, not only through public admiration, but through the quiet family moments that continue to shape the lives of those who loved her most. Nearly 3 decades after Princess Diana's passing, it's remarkable how her influence continues to reach far beyond history books, documentaries, and royal photographs. Her legacy isn't being preserved only through museums or public tributes, it's living on through the people she loved most. Every story Prince Harry shares, every tradition he creates with his children, and every conversation about Diana helps introduce a new generation to a woman they never had the chance to know, yet whose presence is still deeply woven into their family's life. For Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, Princess Diana won't be remembered through personal memories, but through the stories their parents choose to tell. They'll learn about a grandmother who devoted herself to helping others, who embraced people with compassion regardless of their background, and who believed that kindness was one of the greatest qualities a person could possess. Those values appear to be exactly what Harry hopes to pass on. Whether it's encouraging empathy, supporting charitable causes, or simply gathering as a family to bake a lemon drizzle cake on 2 meaningful dates each year, these quiet traditions ensure Diana remains part of everyday life instead of becoming a distant historical figure. In many ways, Harry seems determined to give his children something he knows is incredibly precious, a genuine connection to their family history. Rather than allowing Diana to exist only as a famous princess whose face appears in old photographs, he's helping Archie and Lilibet discover the person behind the public image. Through laughter around the kitchen table, bedtime conversations, family traditions, and perhaps one-day visits to places that were important to her, Diana's story becomes something personal instead of something they simply read about. That may be one of the most touching aspects of Harry's recent revelation. The tradition isn't really about cake at all. It's about making sure love is remembered more than loss. It's about transforming 2 dates that could easily be filled only with sadness into opportunities to celebrate a life that continues inspiring millions around the world. In doing so, Harry isn't asking his children to carry the weight of grief. Instead, he's inviting them to share in the joy, warmth, and compassion that made their grandmother so unforgettable. It's a powerful reminder that the strongest family traditions are rarely the grandest ones. They don't require royal ceremonies, historic palaces, or worldwide attention. Sometimes they are as simple as gathering in the kitchen, sharing stories, laughing together, and preparing a homemade dessert that quietly connects the past with the present. Those are often the memories children carry with them for the rest of their lives, and perhaps that's exactly what Harry hopes Archie and Lilibet will remember whenever July 1st and August 31st come around each year. Princess Diana once said that family was one of the most important things in life. Looking at the traditions Harry is building today, it's difficult not to see her influence shining through. Her compassion lives on in the charities her son supports. Her warmth lives on in the stories he tells. And now, her memory lives on through 2 young children who are learning about the extraordinary grandmother they never had the chance to meet. Maybe that's the true meaning behind Harry's sweet tradition. It isn't about holding on to the past, it's about carrying the very best parts of it into the future. And as long as those stories continue to be told, those family moments continue to be shared, and those simple traditions continue to bring people together, Princess Diana's legacy will never truly fade. What do you think about Harry's heartfelt way of honoring Princess Diana? Do you have a family tradition that helps keep the memory of a loved one alive? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story and want more inspiring updates from the world of the royals, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video.